This is English shorthand dictation number 89 and the dictation speed is 120 words per minute. Ready? Start. Honorable members, I may, on behalf of the House, be permitted to extend a cordial welcome to the representatives of the states who are attending this session, and I hope representatives of other states will also be coming soon to assist in the great work which this assembly has undertaken. I need hardly point out that the tremendous task in which we are engaged requires and expects assistance from all sons and daughters of this country, whether they are living in states or in British India, and whether they belong to one community or another. The future of the country very largely will depend upon the constitution which we are able to frame. And not only the people of this country but people all over the world are watching our efforts with interest not unmixed with anxiety, and it is up to us, to whatever class or community and whatever part of India we belong, to make our contribution towards the accomplishment of this task. The British government has declared its intention to transfer power to Indians by June 1948. This has naturally added urgency to our work, and we must proceed in a business-like way to draw up our constitution in as short a time as we can. The British government is pledged to take preparatory measures for transfer of power in advance, and while this is being done on one hand, we must be ready with our constitution well in advance of the deadline to assume responsibility in accordance with the constitution framed by us. I am therefore hoping that the Assembly will proceed with all expedition. There are undoubtedly difficulties which the Assembly will have to face, but if we proceed with determination, we shall be able to conquer them. It will be recalled that the Assembly appointed several subcommittees. The reports of 4 of these committees will be placed before the House in due course. I suggest that the Assembly should proceed to appoint committees to formulate the principles on which the Constitution to be framed will be based, and when those principles have been approved, the work of drafting of Constitution could be undertaken by a suitable agency, and finally the constitution so drafted could be considered in detail by this assembly. My suggestion to the assembly will be that the subcommittee for framing the principles should be asked to submit its report in time for consideration by the assembly sometime in June or July, and after the report has been considered by the assembly, the drafting could be done and the assembly itself could meet in September and finalize the constitution by the end of October. This is roughly the timetable as the order of the business committee, and I envisage it. It is necessary that the constitution should be finalized as early as possible, so that there may be time thereafter for the process of transfer to be completed within the time fixed by the British government. What I have suggested is tentative, as developments are taking place and no one can say for certain what steps the Constituent Assembly may have to take to fulfill its functions. We have already defined our objective, and the constitution that has to be framed will naturally have to conform to it. Whatever the nature of the constitution that may have to be drafted, whether for one undivided India or only for parts of it. We shall see to it that it gives satisfaction to all coming under its jurisdiction. While we have accepted the Cabinet Mission's statement of 16th May, which contemplated a union of the different provinces and states within the country, it may be that the union does not comprise all the provinces. In that case, we can and should insist that one principle will apply to all parts of the country and no constitution will be forced upon any unwilling part of it. This may mean not only a division of India but a division of some provinces. For this, we must be prepared, and the Assembly may have to draw up a constitution based on such division. Let us not be daunted by the immensity of the task or diverted from our purpose by developments which may take place, but go ahead with faith in ourselves and the country which has sent us here. Honorable Chairman, Sir, I thank you for the cordial terms in which you have welcomed us, the representatives of the states who are here today. I wish more had come in. I have every hope that at the next session, few of the state's seats will remain unoccupied. Sir, the Baroda delegation has suffered a serious loss by the tragic death of one of its members who was on his way to the Constituent Assembly. Sir, this assembly is framing the Constitution of Free India. We, the states, are an integral part of India and we shall share the freedom with British India. We therefore want to share the responsibility of framing the Constitution. We claim that we are in a position to make substantial contribution to the common task. 150 years of unitary British rule has resulted in a measure of uniformity in British India. But in the states there is still a great variety. Some states are as advanced as British India, where the people are associated with the administration. Some are absolute monarchies. Some are feudal and some are primitive. All these have to be fitted into the Indian Constitution because our 93 million of population is included in the Indian total of 400 million. We do not want to disturb the main design as indicated in the first resolution of this assembly, but we want to introduce a variety in the pattern so that we may fit into it according to our capacity. We want unity in diversity. I appeal to our British Indian colleagues to exercise a little patience with us. We want to march along with them, but the pace has to be regulated without impeding the forward move. We are at one with you in that the Indian Union should be strong in the center so that India may hold her head high in the Committee of Nations. We do not believe in isolated independent existence which can only weaken the Union. We shall join you wholeheartedly in a spirit of cooperation and not in any spirit or securing special privileges at the cost of the Union. We shall endeavor to make the Constitution develop according to the genius and capacity of the different units, so that the development may be natural and healthy. Mr. President, Sir, following what my honorable friend has so very eloquently said, I also, on behalf of the representatives of states who have joined and taken seats today, wish to express our thanks to you for the welcome you have extended to us. This was indeed the day to which we have been looking forward. It is a dream which has come true, for at no time in India's history has a representative gathering of people who can speak on behalf of the whole of India met and taken counsel.